The second section of our trans-Mongolian route was way smaller than the first. It was only 1020 kilometers from Irkutsk to Ulaanbaatar, and the landscape was way more interesting, with fantastic views from the Lake Baikal as we traveled through its periphery on our way to Ulan-Ude. This was the last stop before we reached Mongolia. A city of 400,000, Ulan-Ude is the most populated city in eastern Siberia. Until 1991, Ulan-Ude was closed to foreigners. There are some interesting and unusual attractions in Ulan-Ude, like the largest statue in the world of Vladimir Lenin's head. Here we are in Ulan-Ude. We've been for 10 hours in the train already, 8, and we almost froze to death in the cabin because the air conditioning was really cold. We had to warn the responsible of the wagon to change the air conditioning so we wouldn't, freeze. The landscape is really different. We ate some noodles already, and yeah, we're gonna check this out now. So,
hey guys, so here we are on our way to Mongolia. How about the train? It's much more, modern than the other one. I can say the conditions are better.
Remember I talked about air conditioning, right? That makes all the difference.
Also we have a TV with some, I don't know if it's Mongolian or Russian still. Probably Mongolian.
The bathrooms
look better.
Don't have that pedal anymore to throw the dump away to the tracks. Well,
magic.
Yeah, it has its magic.
It looks more like an airplane bathroom, right?
Yeah.
It has that vacuum system.
We haven't tried the food on the train yet, but we will on our day.
We have to check out the restaurant wagon
tonight.
Other than that, we just slept quite a bit because we only slept 4 hours.
It was a wonderful landscape. We could see more perspective of the lake, Baikal Lake. And now we can see more mountains, and the landscape is changing a little bit.
Yeah, and we also suspect that this part of the track is a bit more touristic. There is still a long way to go. This is probably our last video before we hit the Mongolian border.
Yeah.
We will give you more updates when we reach the border.
Alright. Let's go, Mongolia!
Let's go!
Let's go, Mongolia! Customs can take up to 11 hours, but fortunately for us it only took 4. Security is quite strict. Dogs sniff your bag, several Mongolian border guards go through your luggage, etc. Welcome to Mongolia.
Hi.
Finally.
This is Ulaanbaatar. We are really hungry, we have no money, and we are expected to arrive in Ulaanbaatar in around 8 hours, 7-8 hours. We already went through customs, which took a long time. Not as much as it was explained in the guide. Actually still taking place. First in Russia, in a town near here, they checked our passports, they stamped the exit sign on the visa.
Check your bags.
They checked our bags. Dogs passed by to check if we had drugs and stuff like that. Fortunately they didn't find anything, and and afterwards the Mongolian dude gave us a customs sheet for us to fill out. There's no need to declare anything, no laptops, no camera, it's fine, same as in Russia. Next stop is Ulaanbaatar.
See you there, friends.
Good morning. It's almost 8 a.m. and we are in Ulaanbaatar.
Hey you guys, we arrived.
Ulaanbaatar.
Yeah. Finally in Mongolia.
Yes, we are in Mongolia.
Well, we arrived at the station. Immediately we were approached by, I don't know how many,
At least 5.
yeah,
At least
guides.
5, yeah.
Speaking very good English. No, everyone was saying the same thing. Go to my hostel, we have good tour, just in case. And we talked with one of them, and we said we had a booking in here. What's the name? He said Idris Guest House. Oh yeah, Idris, the best. Go there, go on foot. I worked there. They're great. Awesome English.
So we have our
Really cool. I was almost arrested by being smoking because it's not
yes.
allowed at the station. There were these two big policemen. No smoking.
Yeah, it's not allowed to smoke in the station.
So we already arrived at the hostel. The people were very nice. They offered us breakfast, bread with jam and butter.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Tea and coffee.
Yes.
It was very nice.
Well, the first impression of people is that they're nice and very helpful.
Now we are heading for the Gandan Kid temple, which is very recommended to see in the morning because the monks are chanting and doing all their rituals.
The first impression is like very old buildings.
We are completely out of money. We have
to exchange.
Withdraw and exchange, but everything's closed at the moment. Actually, things are opening up as we speak. We're gonna check out a few temples and then go back. We still have to talk with the train agency to get our tickets to China.
Okay, just to say that on our way from the train getting to the station, we saw a lot of gears and gear camps, which you can see a lot of them outside the city.
So
Well,
let's hit the temple.
Bye bye, friends.
Right.
This is Gandan Tegchilan Monastery. One of the most famous spiritual complexes in Ulaanbaatar, Gandan Tegchilan is a Tibetan Buddhist temple. The name translates to Great Place of Complete Joy. It houses 150 monks and it has been under the protection of the Mongolian state since 1994. It was first built in 1809 and it served as a residence for the 13th Dalai Lama in 1904. In the 1930s, the communist regime of Mongolia, under the leadership of Ulaanbaatar Kaibolson and under the influence of Stalin, destroyed almost all of the temples and killed more than 15,000 lamas. Gandan Tegchilan Kid survived the destruction, closed down in 1938 and then opened up again in 1944. It was the only functioning Buddhist monastery in the country at the time. In 1990, with the end of Marxism in Mongolia, the restrictions on worship were lifted. The temple is a symbol of the independence of Mongolia. Inside the temple there is a statue of Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. The statue measures 26.5 meters in height. It's the tallest indoor statue of its kind in the world. It was destroyed in 1938 by the communists, but later rebuilt in 1996 thanks to several generous donations from all around the globe. So, what time is it? It's 2:37 p.m. A lot has happened. We've been in the monastery, then we checked out the famous Tibetan temple.
It was a very interesting experience. Finally, I felt inner peace I was looking for in Asia. It was a good start for the day. Yeah, we also had the opportunity to see the monks praying.
So, the monks praying.
It was very nice. As you know, we are doing the Trans-Siberian, so we needed the ticket.
Our contact here is an agency called Solidways, which provides the tickets for the leg that joins Ulaanbaatar with Beijing. So what we had settled was we arrive in Ulaanbaatar and we go pick up the tickets in the agent, which was a mistake for start because we should have told them to get the tickets to the hostel. The hostel is great.
Yes.
So we walked and we walked and we walked.
We walked for 3 hours.
Yeah, we had a map and it was horrible. It is the official map they sent me from the real Russia agents.
It was insane. We lost an entire morning looking for the damn thing. Didn't find anything. We asked around more than 10 people. Nobody knew where the goddamn thing was.
Even a police officer tried to help us and he couldn't.
So we gave up. We went back to the hostel. And then the owner, we can say. Oh, excellent little lady. She told us that it was holidays, so we even if we reached the agency, it would be closed. So
Yes.
she contacted them.
The holiday is because of the
Nadam.
Nadam festival.
Nadam.
That's it.
Which is a festival who people practice sports, ancient sports from the Genghis Khan era.
Sports festival, basically.
Yes, sports festival, but it's the #1 festival in Mongolia. We got to the hostel, and then the hostel helped us to call to the agency, and then they will send the ticket to the hostel.
And where are we going now, Marty?
Now we're going to have lunch, finally,
Where?
in a Mongolian restaurant, which is called Nomadic.
Modern nomads.
Yeah, modern nomads.
Everyone. This has been an exquisite meal. And this is, don't play with your food. And this is the head of a sheep with all kinds of organs inside.
When we say all, we say eye, brain.
Eye, brain, snout, throat.
Also, yeah,
We tried this as well, which is a soup of vital organs of sheep, I think, or mutton.
no, sheep.
Sheep, yeah, sheep. And a salad of tongue of ox with spicy sauce. And Marta is now going to try brains of sheep.
No, the sheep only have 3 molars.
If it is sheep or lamb.
Yeah.
Is it a sheep or lamb? I'm not sure.
It's a sheep. It's weird. Okay, it looks like this. It looks disgusting.
This is what sheep brains look like. Go ahead. Yeah, it's not that bad.
The worst is the eye. The eye.
The eye is the worst thing, yes.
I'll have a little bit of ice. One
So, eye.
Come blue. No.
Go ahead. The eye is a bit more costly than yeah.
Drink a little bit of beer with that. Yeah, isn't that good?
How about this?
Okay, these were like vegetable dumplings. This is like, I don't know, a pastry.
Gyozas, yeah.
Yeah, and this is meat, probably of lamb.
Some carrots, and that's it. A traditional Mongolian meal, which was really good.
Just eat some brains. Sorry, let me repeat it. Just eat some brains.
After a quite unique meal that was both pleasant and challenging, we headed to the Dashoilin Kid Monastery. A Buddhist school, this monastery offers courses of up to 4 years in Buddhist teachings. The monastery was reopened in 1990, like the many other monasteries in the country. The stone gears of the temple complex used to be part of a circus. From there we headed to Ulaanbaatar Square, the main square of Ulaanbaatar, and formerly known as Grand Genghis Khan Square, in honor of Genghis Khan, the founding father of Mongolia. In the north side of the square lies Sar al-Ordon, the government palace. In this building lie a huge statue of Genghis Khan, flanked by Ogedei Khan, his third son, and Kublai Khan, his grandson. To the front of that building is an equestrian statue of Damdin Sukbatar, a revolutionary that led the Mongolian Revolution of 1921 that founded the Mongolian People's Republic in 1924. Near the square lies the Choinjin Lama Monastery, another relic of Mongolia finished in 1908. Originally a Buddhist temple complex with 4 temples, it was open until 1937 when it was closed down at the height of the communist repression. It was then converted into a museum. It remained a museum, where nowadays lie detailed explanations of how Buddhism re-emerged in Mongolia after the fall of the communist regime. Gandan Tegshinlan is the Tibetan Buddhist temple, In the 1930s, The communist regime of Mongolia under the leadership of Kurlugin Choiba under the leadership of the communist regime of Mongolia under the leadership of Kurlogi the communist regime of Mongolia under the leadership of Korogli Eu não consigo dizer isto, meu, isto é impossível. In the 1930s,